you're seeing the second to the last mantra of Mundaka Upanishad, and in this Upanishad the qualifications of a student who will really benefit from the study of this Brahma Vidya is indirectly mentioned by the self-realized soul. How did he become a self-realized soul? How is this teacher a great teacher? That teaching over here is very nicely captured in this second to the last shloka which we saw, that kriyavantaha, that person is a kriyavanta, the one who followed all the rituals of Vedas. That is kriyavanta, not just doing actions but did the actions as prescribed by the Vedas is true kriyavanta. So qualifications of a student who will benefit from study of Brahma Vidya, person has to be kriyavanta. In Bhagavan Krishna's language, niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jaye hya karmanaha sharira yatra piche na prasidyet akarmani. So one must do karma, Bhagavan Krishna, and over there Bhagavan Krishna is talking about in Bhagavad Gita as karma yoga. And we saw that nishtha is only one, the path is two, that Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. So one has to go through a life of proper integration of the equipment with the attitude of karma yoga, offering it to the higher for the sake of self-evolution, rather than creating inner animosity and frowny faces to deal with the outside reality. Better we just accept it as our own destiny and move on. Kriyavanta shrotriyaha, one must study scriptures. Without the study of scriptures, it is not possible over here. Kriyavanta shrotriyaha, one who reads scriptures. And Shankaracharya ji also mentions this, Vedo nityam adhiyatam taduditam karma swanushtiyatam. In Sadhana Panchakam he starts with that, Vedo nityam adhiyatam. And in Taittiriya Upanishad, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. In this way one has studied shastras, studied scriptures, shrotriyaha, then brahmanishtaha, and only when one follows actions properly, there is a study of something about the higher which cannot be picked up from this world, necessarily has to belong into the realm of scriptures, because God is not something I can see, smell, taste, touch, felt. Then where am I going to learn about God? I cannot find him in physics, chemistry, biology, CNN, all those places. He has to be found somewhere. So Shastra becomes the Praman. So Praman is Shastra. Brahmanishtaha, those people who then make this the goal and they come to abide in it. Swayam juhvataha ekarshri shraddhavantaha. Shraddhayantaha, one who has great faith. Only the one who has faith will proceed further. Chandogya Upanishad deals with faith, a whole chapter on it. Sanat Kumara's teaching with Narad Muni that one who has faith will benefit. Swayam Juhvata, and the one who participates in the universal yajna of creation and furthers the cause of creation rather than destroying and disturbing creation. Swayam Juhvata, they will participate in it. Very important. We have to work with what God has given rather than destroying what he has given. That is Swayam Juhvataha. Ekarshihi. and the integration of all this is one. Tesham eva etam brahma vidyam vadeta. To these people alone may one, who over here, the teacher, may the teacher come to teach these proper students. Shirovratam vidhivat yastu chirnam. If you read Gurudev's commentary, he writes something very different about Shirovratam. Actually, it's some fire kept on the head and all those things. I talked about the the vision of the teacher, that I will pass this on before I leave. The wisdom within will be distributed. Vidhivat yaistu chirnam, and with proper conduct. The approach of the teacher is proper, the approach of the scriptures is proper, the whole methodology in which knowledge is taken is very important. This is not something kick the feet up on the futon and study in a leisurely manner. It is a samvad, and the samvad has to have a proper place, time, all those things. Vidhivat yaistu chirnam, that person will come to benefit from it. Last mantra. Tadetat satyam Rishihi Angira Purovacha Na etad achirna vrataha Adhite Nama Paramarshibhyo Nama Paramarshibhyaha. So, tad etat satyam. So, whatever is declared in this Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, this alone is truth. This is actually Brahma Vidya. This is the wisdom of these great people. These are all revelations. And thus the last two lines, Namah Paramarshibhyo, Namah Paramarshibhyo. Who am I going to surrender to in this world except the people who have perfected themselves and left us this wealth of wisdom? Other than that, who is worthy of being worshipped on this planet? These are the great people who themselves reached the goal of human life, and they made this available, they made this path available. So this mantra is actually taken as a prayer in all Vaidika Pathashalas and various places, that Namah Paramarshibhyo, Namah Paramarshibhyo. You hear it all in the echoing in the valleys of Himalayas. The ones who don't know any prayer, they just use this Namah Paramarshibhyo. All of these people who come over there, settle down in the valleys of Gangaji, who meditate and who realize and who leave their blessings behind, they bow down to those blessings. They just bow down to the stones, the trees who have acquired these blessings. It is these people who have merged with the totality, and this vision of the Rishi was attained by Rishihi Angiraha. This great Rishi, Angira Rishi, who learned it from his own, this Angirasa Rishi who gave this to Shaunak Rishi, who is the student of this Upanishad. So great Angirasa Rishi passed on this wisdom to Shaunak Rishi. Mahashalaha, we saw in the description that he himself was a great person who had his own Pathashalas, but he learned it from Angirasa Rishi. And he learned this, Na etad achirna vrata. This study no one who has not observed any vows of renunciation is fit to study this, is what is implied over here, that na etad achirna vrato adhite, meaning if a person has 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in Shastra, they will not benefit. 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in spirituality, it doesn't work. Both feet have to be in a spiritual vision of life. That is called true sannyas. True sannyas is when one has truly understood the ephemeral nature of the world. And the minute one has understood, one discards it intellectually. Externally, one cannot discard it. Understands, the buddhi has understood that there is no point in this world. Let me just do what I have to do. My number one goal is my own salvation. I cannot even give this salvation to this person who is the most dearest, nearest to me, the spouse, the child, whoever it is. This is only for me. Brahma Vidya is for one's own salvation, and that understanding is called over here sannyas. Living in a place yet not at all touched by that place. Let people do whatever they want to until my goal is reached. I am not going to be distracted. That is the sannyas. And the one who has not taken this, na etad achirna vratadhari, the one who doesn't take this vow, they will not get this. This knowledge will not be available, because this knowledge is beyond everything. This knowledge alone stands by itself on a pedestal of its own, and because of that, the study of it has to be done by proper renunciation, properly, out of understanding and out of great love and feeling. Leave the world where it is. We love that person, we love the institution, whatnot, but my salvation is number one. I have to work towards it. And seva is there. Do the best type of seva, do the best type of seva in the society, in the home, in this world, wherever it is, but ever understanding that I'm offering this to the higher for my self-purification, and I need to come out of this world of change. So, iti Mundaka Upanishad Tritiya Mundake Dvitiya Khandaha. In this way, Mundaka Upanishad comes to an end. This Upanishad actually is a very, very, very beautiful Upanishad, because it has a lot of mantras for Nididhyasan. That is a uniqueness of Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka literally means shaving. Shaving off the head is the first thing that happens when one goes to the ashram. Hair represents attachment, beauty, and we are going to have to sacrifice everything. One's beauty, one's attachment. And how do we shift the attention from body consciousness to God consciousness? Nididhyasan is the very feature of this Upanishad, even though we cannot call it, but yet it is a very beautiful Upanishad. We will chant the first mantra so that we are reminded that this book is not going to collect some dust on a bookshelf, that we will continue to use it. My book, page 9. Om Brahma Devanam
Om Brahma Devanam
Prathama Sambhabhuva
Prathama Sambhabhuva
Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta
Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta
Sabrahma Vidyam
Sabrahma Vidyam
Sarva Vidya Pratishtham
Sarva Vidya Pratishtham
Atharvaya
Atharvaya
Jeshta Putraya Praha.
Jeshtaputraya Praha.
So we have completed our study of Mundaka Upanishad. We start a beautiful Upanishad. You can stop it and restart it. So